Well, it is now a crime to use a drone to deliver contraband to any state or local detention center in Georgia.
Now, you might be surprised to hear that it wasn't a crime before. I certainly am. Fox 5 I-Team reporter Randy Travis says it's because the law has a hard time keeping up with 21st century crooks.
That's right, Russ and Sinai. Yeah, get this. Authorities spotted a drone 300 times near state prisons last year. It's always been a crime to smuggle in cell phones or drugs to a Georgia prison or a county jail, but lawmakers made it an additional felony if you use a drone. As we've learned before, the skies are filled with potential suspects. And you get alerts like this weekly.
At least once a week, yes, sir.
When we visited Autry State Prison in South Georgia last year, the drone detection system performed flawlessly. We know that's the Skyfox drone that authorities invited us to use as a test. We were just the latest to get this view, but the first to do so without trying to drop a payload of contraband inside the fence line.
Right now, the drones, we're getting a lot of tobacco, marijuana, and they're actually doing cell phones.
That's on the east wall.
Once a drone is in the vicinity of the other prison, the alarm goes off. We have time to lock down the institution, as well as to get all the inmates secured and safe, and then we can actually look for the contraband and see actually where the drone is going.
Authorities have managed to make only a couple of arrests, largely from fingerprints they've recovered from the few drones they've actually seized. But those charges only involved the contraband. They're unable to make an additional charge of using a drone to deliver that contraband because, believe it or not, up until this year, that was not a crime. It is now. You can thank a state senator who's never actually been inside a state prison.
It just seemed like something that needed to happen.
State Senator Kay Kirkpatrick wrote the bill that makes drone delivery a crime at state prisons and county jails. She was stunned to hear 300 drones were spotted last year at the two prisons testing out that drone detection system, including nearly 200 drones at Autry alone. Only 7 were recovered.
I had no idea. But it makes sense because drones are pretty ubiquitous.
Both of those drone detection pilot programs have ended. They didn't cost taxpayers anything. Soon the state must decide whether to spend tax dollars to make those systems permanent and perhaps install them at the other 31 facilities across the state. Otherwise, the new law may make little difference. But you got to catch them first.
That's right.
And without a detection system, how likely is that to happen?
Well, I think this is evolving technology, and I'm sure there are multiple different vendors that are dealing with this type of system.
Senator Kirkpatrick wants to hear the price tag for those systems before committing her support, but prison officials still aren't sure whether the investment should go toward installing better jamming systems for the cell phones. The idea being if the cell phones don't work, the drones that are delivering them will not be as popular. So we got some decisions to make there.
Yeah, so right now it seems it's not that difficult, or there's not such a penalty to make these drop-offs.
Yeah, you know, it's really hard to catch these guys because, you know, prisons like Autry, we were down there. It's isolated. There's a wood line over there, so a drone pilot can hide in the wood line, send the drone in, and if it gets detected, they can get away pretty fast because the sheriff's department down there doesn't have the staff to respond to a 911 call as quickly as they need to actually catch that person out there. So they've been able to send the drones in, and as I said, only 7 drones caught. In fact, they estimated that if they had the drone detection system at all 33 prisons, they would have spotted 5,000 drones last year. That's how many are flying above our prisons and jails right now.
Right.
Incredible.
And getting more common every day.
Every day.
All right. Randy, thanks.
Thanks, Randy.
Okay.